Hi, I'm Ben.
And I'm Erica, and we're the founders of On Purpose Press. We've been thinking a lot about the holiday season coming up. It's hard not to think about it. It's kind of thrown into our face nowadays. We were just talking the other day. We remembered our 5-year-old coming home in August this year with his Christmas list made out and drawing pictures of Santa and Christmas trees. We were really confused. Why are they talking about Christmas already? It's August. So we asked his teacher, and she said, oh, that's just what the kids are doing this week. They all came in talking about Santa Claus and wanting to make their Christmas list. So she tried to just go with it to kind of get it out of their system so they could continue on with the rest of their day. It's really not that surprising to me that all the kids were coming in. I remember being in the store in August this year. The first weekend in August, I saw the first Christmas display up at a store this year. It just seems like it's happening earlier and earlier, and it's coming at us all the time.
It really is, and it can be overwhelming for us as parents, for us as family members. My background is I'm a pastor, and I've served churches both tiny in rural Kansas and large in suburban Los Angeles. And the one thing that all of those churches, no matter where they were, how big they had in common were families. And families are the one thing, it's our greatest asset in life. It's the thing that brings us the most joy and the most fulfillment. But family also brings us the biggest challenges in life. And so our goal is to give a little direction here on navigating your family through this challenging season.
Because you know why the stores are putting things out earlier and earlier every year? It's because we kind of just accept that as a society. They say, here you go, and we say, okay. And I know I've seen lots of people ranting and raving on Facebook about how all these things shouldn't be out this early. And so I have to believe that somewhere out there, there's not really that many consumers that are buying into this. But it's something that the stores are just thinking it's something that we want because we're just kind of accepting it. So we want to just encourage you this holiday season to maybe let's focus on what is more important. Rather than all the commercialization, all the things that are out in the stores, let's focus on fun and family and tradition.
Well, and you're right, Erica. There really is an opportunity here, and it's a great opportunity for all of our families. Not to get lost in the hustle and the bustle and the commercialism and the Christmas trees in the middle of August type of stuff, but to really build a foundation of faith and family and fun this year. Now, we have 3 suggestions. They're very simple, but we're not here to tell you how to do these things in your own family. We trust that your family can work these things out on their own. Again, these are just suggestions for how you can help build that foundation, how you can not just survive the Christmas season, but how you can succeed and build something that lasts. And the first of those is simply remembering that Thanksgiving comes first. And that Thanksgiving's not just a day for eating turkey and watching football, but Thanksgiving's something we should do every day. And so it might be in the morning on the way to school, it might be at night when you sit down to eat together as a family, but just go around and everyone say one thing they're thankful for. It's a good reminder of what we're all about.
I know we usually fit that into our day. I would say probably the drive to school every morning because we're guaranteed to be together at that time. We don't always sit down for dinner together every night. Hey, we're busy, just like you guys. So it doesn't, but that's not the most important thing is getting it right. It's more just about making space for that. Another idea that we have, our second tip, is to have one night each week that's screen free. It's all about just being intentional about making that space for families to spend time together and to have fun. I know that might sound extreme. You think there might be mutiny in the streets, complete and total anarchy from the kids if you threaten to take away their screens. It's not about threatening. It's about just saying, hey, we're going to have one night a week where we all just spend time together. I promise that your kids are actually going to love it. They might gripe a little bit at the beginning, but they're really going to have a good time. Especially if you are not just turning off the screens and then just sitting around looking at each other. That might be a little boring. But if you can fill that time. So that kind of brings us to our third tip, which is to have times each week where you bring some creativity into your family. Just have some times where maybe you have a family art night. Now, we're not talking about printing out the latest amazing thing that takes 6 hours off of Pinterest. I'm a Pinterest addict too, but there's a lot of things on there that I can't even come up with, and there's no way that my kids would be able to handle those things either. So it's not about that. Some of the best times that my kids have are when we just get out the construction paper and the glue sticks and the popsicle sticks and the pipe cleaners, and we just make some silly creation, and they have a blast with it.
Well, because they're doing that with us, and we're doing it
Exactly.
together as a family. And it's not about making an heirloom that'll last for generations and looks
Right.
perfect. It's about being together and doing something creative.
Right.
Because that's what matters most to kids, and that's what matters most to families.
Exactly. So thanks for joining us today and watching our video. We hope that you will share this with your friends, like us on Facebook, and be sure to check back frequently with us at onpurposepress.com so you can keep your eyes out for other tips that we have, articles about living intentionally, building faith and fun and family all at the same time. Thanks a lot.